What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Rogues Passage podcast. I'm Tanner Cherry, and this is...
Hello, Rogues and Roguettes. I'm the wonderful Wizard Oz, here with you again.
And
I'm Brando. Hi. I don't know if we've met before. It's really nice to meet you. Can I have like 30 cents?
all I can spare is Tree Fitty.
No. Get on that Tree Fitty. Loch Ness Monster's not getting that Tree Fitty, man.
It's okay, right. I won't ask for money. I'll just ask for your teeth.
Hello and welcome back to the Rogues Passage podcast.
Wait, hold on. Before we get to going, Roz, you moved your microphone. Is it pointing away from you now? You sound strange.
Do I sound strange?
Yeah, it sounds like you're there. Is that better?
Yeah,
now you're speaking into the actual diaphragm of the microphone. Hell yeah. Okay.
Kind of.
I'm glad that I caught that.
I have it coming in from behind, and so that's why.
Oh, you sound way better now.
Okay. As long as I sound sultry and good.
Yes. Yes, read me the phone book. All right, we are, I guess we're back. First time since our 2-year anniversary streamathon. We streamed for 8 hours and got severely cooked.
Severely cooked.
Yeah. I guess, should we start out by talking about what's happened in between then and now? I mean, like, we have Patreon. We have a Patreon and we have patrons, and we really want to thank you guys for being part of the mothership. And Brandon, do you have we should shout out the patrons from
yeah, give me 1 second. Let me get our list, which I should have had ready.
Yeah, you're watching in real time as we become professionals.
All right. Well, first off the rip, let's give a big old shout out to Into the 99 podcast. Because y'all homies are local like us and gotta love us stroking each other in just helping each other out, right?
I love the phrasing.
Friends stroke friends.
Friends stroke friends. Friends support each other friends. Yeah.
Exactly. Gentle cupping. Yeah.
Yeah. We have Kirte. Thank you. First day subscriber. We have Aiden K. First day subscriber. Thank you very much. We have Stefan S. Just phenomenal human being that's been supporting us for a while. And we have Michael Boyer, who's been rooting us from the background the entire time.
He was number one. He was very adamant to be the first to sign up.
Oh yeah. He was like the number one person to sign up on our launch day. Yeah. And yeah, if you feel like supporting us, if you like what we do, or you want to see the quality of the stuff that we're doing drastically improve, think about heading up the Patreon, or just liking, subscribing us on YouTube, or spreading the word. Yeah. Whatever tickles your fancy.
We'll love you anyways, but we'll love you even more if you help us.
True.
True. All right. Yeah. So like that was what? Was it a month ago? That was on the 8th. Yeah. It's I just recently spent 2 weeks. I spent 2 weeks abroad almost. I was like in New Jersey and Pennsylvania, and now I'm back. And yeah, summer, in case you guys, I know if you've been around for a while, you know that sometimes in the summer we slow down and we do what we can do. And yeah, so a month between podcasts. Sorry, we're back, but there's lots to talk about. There's lots to talk about.
Is there?
We just briefly touched on the 8-hour live stream, the podcast that we did at the end about like prices of Final Fantasy. Oh, if we could have known. Yeah, I guess I'll start by sharing the anecdote of like while I was in Pennsylvania, I went to it was Cloud City Gaming or whatever in the mall in Lehigh Valley Mall. Shout out Cloud City Gaming. Thinking that I could just go in and buy a collector booster of Final Fantasy because I was like, let's do a car pull. And I guess like up until that moment, I had not gone to a store or like wanted to buy Final Fantasy product. I went in and they kind of just laughed. They're like, yeah. No, of course we don't have any of that.
Final Fantasy? What are you?
I was like, do you have anything? They're like, nobody does. Like, and I was like, wait a minute. This is a standard set.
Yeah. That's one of the things that really bothered me about this whole release too, is because I was talking, this is like a week or two after it's been launch kind of thing. I hit up a couple of the shops as well, went to one of our local LGS's, Ogre's Den, for just sort of like an open house, like various sellers or artists or whatever kind of come in and do all that stuff. Got a few games in, but yeah, I checked for some of the Final Fantasy stuff. There was, I think, 1 or 2 of the Commander decks on the shelf that were priced at like $100+.
Yeah.
And that's all that they had. Everything else concerning sealed product was like out the door. And like I had a conversation with them too. Just like, this seems kind of weird for a release, right? Like I get, hey, big stock, everybody's buying it up. It's flying off the shelves kind of thing. They had like Wizards of the Coast had like rampant amount of pre-orders. Like there was like one of the most pre-ordered sets fucking out of anything.
It's the best-selling set of Magic ever. Yeah.
And I'm sure that's going to get toppled again in another year with whatever new gimmick set comes out. But to sit there and be like, hey, so all of this product flied off the shelves, and even like 2 weeks into release, it's like, where's any more of it coming? And they didn't know. It's like, oh yeah, we might get some more product in like end of the month or like in a couple of weeks from now, sort of thing. It's like there seems to be so little forethought on like, hey, this is going to sell like hotcakes. Let's make sure that people can buy it.
Because like, man,
I mean, Final Fantasy is one of those things that is just so widely loved throughout everybody. And the fact that it's a standard set, I just feel so bad for all of those standard rotation players that like they need to have they want to play in the tournaments and stuff like that. It's nigh impossible. You want to get a full play set of something? Are you kidding?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty nutty right now.
And funny, like another thing I have written down here to talk about is the bannings that happened in Standard recently, which I think is like, it's wonderful for the format of Standard, I guess, as a whole. Everybody agrees that like those cards needed to go. But when I was at the card store today, I realized I was like, man, now that like before when Corey Steelcutter and, you know, Up the Beanstalk and all these cards were controlling the meta.
Rage.
And Monstrous Rage
needed to get banned way earlier.
Right. But like when those cards were those decks were so oppressively good that like when Final Fantasy came out, people were like, it'd be cool if these cards actually mattered in the format. Like nobody's going to be buying them to play paper Standard because they're just tier 3. They're not good enough to compete in Standard. And that actually staved off the availability of the cards issue. But now that all those cards got banned, it's like, oh shit, Yuna and Bahamut might actually be a contender.
Oh yeah.
And now nobody can get those friggin' cards.
Oh yeah. Let's go through that, like the list of bans and stuff, because we actually have a cheeky unban in one of these formats as well that I thought was hilarious. So yeah, Standard is where all the meat and juice for this is. We've got Corey Steelcutter. It's in red equipment, gives trample haste, creates tokens. Ablaelo's Awakening.
The best way to get omniscience on the battlefield.
Yeah, it's a white recursion spell, and then you also create spirit. Or it is, whatever you recur is a spirit, a 1/1 in addition. Monstrous Rage, which is like the big name on this list, or one of the two big names on this list that were like dominating in Standard. Instant, target creature gets a monstrous roll token and gets +2/+0. When you're playing in Standard, you got 4 of those, and you've got a whole generally you're playing probably Prowess any aggro deck.
Yeah,
the Mice deck was the one that really threw it from Bloomborough.
Yeah. That was the first time it was really like pushed in Standard. Was when it got the mouse package and then Corey Steelcutter going with it. It's crazy.
Yeah, and ironically, with that, the next on that list is Heartfire Hero, one red mouse soldier. Which obviously the two paired together, because it does have whenever it becomes targeted, it gets a +1/+1 counter. So you just 1, 2, 3 monstrous rages. You have a 1/1 that's hitting for 10 damage.
So the crazy thing in Standard is that if you play turn 1 mouse, was it Manifold Mouse, and if you had a turn 2 monstrous rage and monstrous rage, game's over.
Yeah.
This is Standard,
understandable.
And, the cards were stupid. Monstrous rage is. Like when it came out, it made me straight up horny, and I want the only time I've ever had the feeling of sitting down.
Card and I'm rock hard.
The only time I've ever had the feeling of sitting down and actually like 3-0ing a tournament situation at a face-to-face event was because of Monstrous Rage. Like the card is just it's so swingy, it's so good, and I love it, and I love it, and I love it, and yes, it's too good. It's too good.
Oh yeah, and then backed up by just same thing, also banned on the list. That Heartfire Hero. That's kind of funny. 1/2 punch against the aggro players. Following that up, we have Up the Beanstalk, which has been dominating in Standard since its release.
And Modern. It's banned in Modern now too, for a while.
Modern. It's been banned in Modern for a while. I just saw the ban in Standard. And yeah, ETB. ETB. And whenever you cast a spell with mana value 5 or greater, draw a card. Just good green draw card value.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We have Hopeless Nightmare, 1 black enchantment, just an ETB. Each opponent loses 2 life, and whenever it's put into the graveyard, scry 2 and a sacrifice. It's kind of surprising on this one.
There's a discard in that as well.
Oh yeah. Enters the battlefield. Each opponent discards a card and loses 2 life.
Yeah.
When it's put into the graveyard from the battlefield, scry 2 and then pay 3 to sack it.
Yeah, but Hopeless Nightmare was in the Pixie deck in Standard, where they were casting it turn 1. Take whatever the most important piece out of your hand was, and then they were playing something else to return it to hand, and then playing it again, and just that was one of the best decks before it got replaced, and I think they banned that, knowing that with the cards that they were banning out of red and the Abuela's Awakening, they knew that like the Pixie thing was just going to come right back, so they were like, yeah, we got to probably just like this was a huge swing. It was 7 cards. They reshaped the entire format.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. Especially like being able to have like 3 of these in your opening hand and a land or 2. Like you're by turn 2, your opponent is down 2-3 cards. That's pretty disgusting.
Oh yep.
Now final on the Standard banned list is This Town Ain't Big Enough. Costs a 5-drop blue instant. Costs 3 less if you target a permanent you control. It's just a bounce spell. Return up to 2 target non-land permanents to their owner's hands.
Non-land permanents. That was what was bouncing Recurring Nightmare, or the what is it? Hopeless Nightmare. And it's just all like the R&D team. They're smart enough to know that like if they ban things, they know statistically what is going to also then be a problem. And if you're going to make bannings, you have to look at the overall picture, and you have to ban like it's either you ban 1 card or you ban 7, right? Yep. Like you need to like do serious work to the foundation. And I think that banning 7, as much as like, I guess like some people might be pissed that their cards got banned. If it's Arena, it doesn't matter. You get your wild cards back. Paper, not so much. But like the format being reshaped actually does, like I said before, now it opens it up to these Final Fantasy cards being relevant in any way. Like, because before it was like, there was a couple strategies that were like, it's good, but you're dead on turn 2 to Corey Steelcutter and Heartfire Hero. Anyway, there's no way. Like Monstrous Rage is killing you. You can't block even. It not only does it give it trample, it leaves trample on it. These prowess tokens and everything. So now I think it slowed down the format in whole.
Oh yeah,
and I do believe with the Omniscience deck, the Omniscience combo deck in Standard, you still can cheat Omniscience out, but it's not a 4 mana spell now. It's a 5 mana spell that you have to use.
1 mana. Oh, no.
So I mean, it slows it down a turn.
When I see Omniscience getting cheat out, it's from a land. The shifting, the green,
woodlands, the green one.
Shifting woodlands, yeah.
Interesting. In Standard? Wait, is that in a? Are you talking Standard or what? Is Shifting Woodlands? What set was that from?
It's fairly new. It's very new. I don't know. I live under a rock.
Yeah, I also haven't been playing Standard. I've just been watching. I watch a lot, but like, I thought that that Abuela's Awakening was like basically you had to have Omniscience in the graveyard, and then Abuela's Awakening returned it to the battlefield as a pixie or as a
Modern Horizons 3.
Modern Horizons is not Standard legal.
No. Yeah, no.
That was that was a commander only supplementary set.
Well, no, Modern Horizons is modern. It's not commander only.
Yeah. Oh yeah, modern. Well, yeah.
It's modern.
They say it's for modern, but everybody knows it was. Oops, here's commander product as well.
Everybody knows.
Everybody knows. Going down this list, nothing changing in any of the other formats except for Corey Steelcutter, same as Standard, is suspended in Alchemy, pending a rebalance. Okay. Pioneer Best of 1 on MTG Arena. Tibalt's Trickery is banned, which is
completely understandable.
Understandable,
but also still kind of strange. You know, it's not like it's not a broken counterspell by any means.
It's not. But do you know why they did that? Is because like on digital, Tibalt's Trickery, people build decks so that they just try to go for the quickest cast of Tibalt's Trickery, so that they can essentially, what is it called?
They can counter their own thing so that they can play something for free from their library.
Right, but sorry, what's the word for like when you crack the egg and then it goes and searches for Emrakul. What's the ability called?
Crack an egg?
Crack an egg. Yeah, sorry. I'm thinking of the commander that makes the eggs. Atla. Yeah, Atla. What is it called? There's a term for when you.
I think you like cascade.
No, it's not cascade. It's when you. God, this sucks.
So, you're thinking polymorph.
Yes, polymorph. Totally. That's the card that represents that ability. So when you polymorph, what Tybalt's Trickery does is essentially like you're trying to get the quickest trickery to polymorph to like an Emrakul or whatever it is. Like what you're trying to do is just hit the big spell in your deck. But because digital is so quick and so fast and there's no consequence for losing, people are building decks with that card in best of one, just trying to hit the thing.
Yeah.
And if they hit it, they win. And if they don't, they concede. And it's just like essentially polluting the playability of the format with this weird thing. And like it's being banned in formats because it's just a weird play pattern. And people are like, it's such a like, I'm going to throw it. You know those YouTube channels or whatever that are built on like people trying to make those trick shots. Yeah. And there's like 300 trick shots that they miss before they get the one recording. Like that's what that deck is.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, basically. Do the final thing on this list, and this is the thing that I find fucking hilarious, is in Historic, we have unbanned Counterspell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Historic players, you've got your bread and butter counter back. Let's go.
Why was that banned even in the first place? That seems like
because in Historic and it being like older, specifically like older kind of set sort of thing, you're not playing in a format where some of the modern counterspells exist. Counterspell itself was just it was oppressive because it's a counterspell.
Yeah, it was good. The rate is too good. And at the time that it was released, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that it was injected into Arena with the Strixhaven Mystical Archives. It was on that sheet.
I think so because we definitely got a reprint for the Mystical. Oh yeah,
but Counterspell has been around since the dawn of time.
It's right. It's probably.
But if you'll remember, when Strixhaven came out on Arena, I mean, you could draft. Every pack you opened had a Mystical Archive in it, right? So you could get the Brainstorm, you could get the Approach of the Second Sun. There was the Mizzix Mastery. There was like Lightning Bolt. There was Counterspell, Negate. All these cool spells were added to Arena, and some of them were banned before the set came out. And I think Counterspell and Lightning Bolt were banned immediately because they were like, no, we don't want these in the format because they're too powerful. And actually, no, Lightning Bolt I think wasn't, but there was a couple that at the time Historic on Arena was only Arena Legacy. It wasn't powerful enough for Counterspell. So I think they like pre-banned Counterspell because they thought that it was just going to be too good. But now Historic is huge. Like Historic on Arena has so many crazy things, and I think they just were like, I think actually Counterspell fits in the format better now. So I like the fact that
impressive as it used to be.
Yeah. Unleash the spell.
Unleash the spell. But yeah, that's the banned and restricted announcement for June 30th, 2025. Yeah.
It was cool. It's it makes me want to play Standard. Realistically, for me to start playing Standard on Arena, I have to spend money. And I'm resistant to that right now.
Yeah.
But speaking of spending money, and just to finish that discussion about the Final Fantasy packs.
Yeah.
I mean, we live up here in the Great White North of Canada. And, Tote. And there was, I've seen listings locally for people selling single collector boosters for $200. 200 Canadian dollars. That's like 150, 160 US or whatever, right?
And that's not a box. That's one pack.
That's one single pack.
One juicy little pack.
Yeah.
Hey, Commander Shafard, what's up in chat? Good to see you, buddy. Hey. I'm just getting ready for the event in Red Deer tomorrow. Right, that's this weekend. I wasn't supposed to be here because I was supposed to be at a music festival this weekend, and I'm no longer going to be at that music festival this weekend. And I did think today for a second. I was like, shit, should I just bust up to Red Deer?
Yeah.
I kind of forgot about that too. I was supposed to go see my cousin at the Red Deer face to face. Oops.
Oh.
Hey, actually, oh God, what is it? It's ESD, right? Eat shit, Dave.
Yeah.
We're just gonna call Commander Shafard ESD. My bud bought a box of collector boosters for $1,500, opened a couple $400 cards, and still didn't break even. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Collector booster box for $1,500. Jordan, our buddy that bought a bunch right off the rip, that's trying to collect the set. He paid $600 for those boxes.
Yeah.
And then they were $1,000. When I was at his birthday, we were talking about how those boxes were selling for $1,000 for 12 collector boosters or 10 collector boosters. I don't know how to, but you're telling me that they're $1,500 now? Like, this is part of the discussion. It's like, who's buying these things at these prices? Who? I can't believe, like, there's no chance that you'll ever pull the value.
More important question is, what is your job and how do I get it?
Yeah, right. I've heard they're up to 2,000 some places.
Yeah, your ROI on that is just not gonna happen.
What is happening?
But I mean,
this is
I'm kicking myself for not just buying some just so that I could sell them. Like, I didn't think that there was going to be this much supply-demand craze over it.
You can never know.
Bunch, but not to this degree.
Yeah, you never know, especially like it happens to every set to some extent, but like, it's so hard to predict. And even with that, it's like we are going to see maybe in another month or two time. My earliest guesstimations was as soon as we see the next set drop is where we're going to see like the prices for Final Fantasy, where the stuff that's money or the stuff that synergizes with whatever comes out next is going to like stay high or skyrocket. Everything else is going to come.
Yeah, it's all going to dip. The packs themselves, I don't think are going to hold. Well, I don't think they're going to hold, but who knows?
Yeah, they probably will hold, specifically because, like we were saying before, this whole notion of where is all of the backup product? Where are all of the shops getting their second run of product coming in? It doesn't seem like obviously they are, but it doesn't seem like any of them are getting like mass amounts of product to fill the void of this FOMO that's happened.
Yeah,
I expect singles to drop drastically. I expect pack prices to probably stay and maybe even continue to skyrocket up there as we move into like a year later. A booster. A booster box, a collector booster single pack. If they don't keep reprinting more and more onto the shelves, we might see that just go right up.
I went to Phoenix Comics today because like I ended up having a random day off because the funny thing was, because we were supposed to be at that music festival and we didn't end up going.
Yeah,
our day home booked like off, so I drove to the day home this morning to drop Luke off, and they're not here, and I'm like, shit. Yeah, we weren't supposed to be dropping them off today anyway. So I ended up having like a random day off. So I went to Phoenix Comics and bought some Final Fantasy cards.
That's funny.
I got some of the. You know what's funny is I'm not a super huge fan of the Through the Ages, right? Like these guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's still a beautiful card.
Sitting there looking at them all in the cabinet, I bought a bunch of them because they were like, oh, that one's $3. This one's $2.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, the Brainstorm is $3 is like sweet, but what I got, because I really want to build this, I gotta put it in front of the camera. And
that Clive,
very nice. That's a cool looking card.
Very nice. This was $40, and apparently, so actually, the reason I bring this up is because Dave, if you're at the big face-to-face event tomorrow, there's a card that I would like someone to keep an eye out for that is actually, it shares something in common with this one here. Apparently, so what I really want is one of the Black Waltz number 3 in the full art foil. Mm-hmm. But apparently that card is only printed, the full art foil only came in some weird Final Fantasy bundle. So it's like
probably the gift bundle or something.
Yeah, it like for some reason there was some full art foils that only came in the gift bundles, so they're incredibly low quantity and super rare. So for some reason, like uncommons that are full art foil are still $25 because there's so little of them. And this version of Clive apparently only comes in that bundle, and it was like, I want to build the deck, and I'd like to have a nice one for the helm. So I bought it, but I really, if you're at the Red Deer face-to-face tomorrow, if you could try and find me one of those Black Waltz, please. I'm fiending for the Black Waltz number 3.
Hell yeah. Funny enough, I still stand by. I've since repositioned. There's now 2 cards out of the Final Fantasy set that I actually care about. One is Lightning, which okay. I was sleeping on until I actually like got to know it.
To understand how the card works.
Yeah, our resident player Emery built a deck with it and tried to make it fair. It's more goad and politics than it is just doing what it meant to be do. But same as Storm, Force of Nature, these goddamn commanders that are being printed as like powerhouse. Like, where do you put this deck? It's not going to survive a CEDH table, and it can't play casual.
Yeah, so that's a good point.
Just for sanctity, Storm or Lightning is when they deal combat damage. Any damage after that player takes is doubled. So then you give it double strike, and it's 2 triggers of that, so it's doubled and then doubled. You do an extra combat, you're looking at just killing somebody on a single turn. Or, cool, I attacked that one player. I attacked Tanner. Everybody else, sick 'em. And it's horrendous. 1/1s are dealing 2 damage, 2/2s are dealing 4.
So it kind of does the same thing as Gisela, right? Where Gisela can actually like incentivize you to beat on someone else because it's like, well, I do double damage over there. I might as well do that. But the podcast that I did with my wife, Callie, when we were talking about Lightning, I looked at myself when I watched that episode back, I was like, with the way that I was reading it, I read it how a lot of people read it, where it was like, oh, after you deal combat damage, after that, damage that's dealt is doubled. And I was like, oh, okay, well then I guess so stuff you do in your second main phase and then other people's play. No. She has first strike.
Yep.
She does her damage immediately before all of your other creatures deal damage. So she gets that chip in and activates the fucking thing immediately. And I was like, you don't read it that way at first. And then if you give her double strike, she hits twice and she quadruples all the damage. And it's like, oh, this card's busted. And I'm really, really curious to see how that deck plays. You said Emery's got one together?
It so far it plays. They built it to be very like as fair as one could be, and they did a very well job of it. It's mostly like goad shenanigans. There's a little bit of mini Voltroning in there, and then just like things to supplement that of just like helping power. Like Bruce Tarl is one of the pet cards of the deck because giving all of your give a creature double strike on attack. It's strong. It's very strong, but it is fair.
I would imagine that if you made that into extra combats, though, it just goes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it goes fucking burr. But we were playing a game yesterday. Actually, they got what quintuple fucking damage on me. Whatever. It was doubled.
That's octupled, I guess.
Octuple. Goddamn those. But it was thankfully for me, I was playing our boy Brady's decks in one of those, and they couldn't get through to me. Nobody could get through on me. It was an unblockable lightning that was dealing like 6 damage or whatever, and it was just like ha 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 ha. And it's like, yeah, cool. Guess what? Nobody else is getting through on me though. I've literally got a wall of like 20/20s that are just waiting to swing at somebody.
That deck, Lightning's a deck I really want to see how it spins up, and Nariv as well. You said that you have a list ready, which we should do a deck tech on immediately.
So I'm still working on the deck tech because I've pivoted a few times. First, I didn't know what to do with it because I knew it was going to be haste, and I'll keep this tangent real quick. And I'm like, okay, cool, we're going to do haste. And I started like figuring out things that are like good in haste, and it led me down dragons. And it was like, oh yeah, a lot of dragons are flying in haste, and the ones that aren't haste, I can just give haste. And I'm like, this is great. And then I'm like sitting there, and it's like the mana value of this deck is like 350. Right? And I'm like, I've got enough decks that are like this. This is already like half of my Miram build because it's all like treasure and dragon tribal. I'm like, no, we're pivoting. So I built a secondary deck because I'm like, I still want to keep that main one, but we're going to build a second one that might be more fun. And I just made like your standard Mardu token package because it's like, it doesn't matter if the 1/1s are 1/1s and they only hit for 1/1 the turn after. Is if I spend a turn, it's like, oh, here's 30 1/1s that all have haste. That's still 60 damage, right? And then there are still 31/1s for the turn after. And I'm like, that's really cool too. So we've pivoted again, and we're finalizing that list, which is, there's a lot of things in Magic, I couldn't go down the list right now, that are like, one of the specific ones is Ball Lightning. There's just a lot of juicy creatures in Mardu that are like 1, 2, 3 mana costs that are like 7/1s with Trample and Haste. So we're doing Mardu Reanimator, which is just going to be, I whip down these 3 drops, they deal 14 fucking damage, and then they come back later when I need more.
Yeah, there's like Lightning Skelemental was one of the Modern Horizons ones, right? Yeah, that's
so most of the creature package is going to be that, and then Reanimator, and then like some good things like the gross card that I decided to put in there, and we can stop talking about that deck. We'll get to the deck tech eventually. Is Heartless Hidetsugu.
Oof.
And I feel bad for including it because if I have any player that has an odd life total lives. Anybody who has an even life total is insta-dead. Just insta-dead. Brought down to 1 life. And then the rest of the deck can, lightning bolt for 6 damage. Why not?
That's awesome. So what was the second card from Final Fantasy that you were interested in, other than lightning?
Jumbo Cactuar. It's always been Jumbo Cactuar. It's always been. I've gotten. I put it into my Henzi deck, my Oops All Creatures Henzi deck, and while I have yet to get a kill, the amount of players that I've gotten to like shit themselves at the table because I cast a Jumbo Cactuar for 2 fucking mana and it gets haste. Oh, I keep getting stopped. People keep finding ways to like stop it or fog and all this stuff. Like I think I've had like 8 casts of it. 1 turn, I created 2 token copies of it, and then the real one. And I'm like 3 Jumbo Cactuars. Let's go.
Jeez. Shout out Miklosh. He says Mar don't kill the table.
Mar don't
in regards to the Nariv deck.
No. Nariv is like my breaking out into. I'm entering my villain era. This is gonna be some mean decks coming.
Oh, Commander Shafard said he opened a Jumbo Cactuar and the Sephiroth Atraxa in the same play booster. That's a pretty good pack.
That's a pretty good pack.
Although you gotta fling that fucker. You gotta fling Jumbo Cactuar. He is such good fling fodder.
Yep.
See, the thing for me is I have so many options in Henzi where it's either I'm getting free creatures off of that or I'm getting a 10,000 treasure. Why not?
Oh my god!
The thing I am excited for when I get to like Ziatora it and just fling it at somebody. Juicy 10,000 damage.
Wait, does it get that power till end of turn?
Oh yeah.
So is Ziatora not an end step trigger?
It is an end step trigger. Oh, end of turn is after end step.
Is after that, yeah.
Yeah. And even when it comes to end step, you can still stack things in that regard.
Right.
But yeah, it's some good value. But yeah, Jumbo Cactuar. It's the meme card that everybody hates. It's for anybody that doesn't already know and has been living under a rock. It's a 7 mana green creature, power 1, toughness 7. When it attacks, it gets plus 9,999 attack.
Yeah, 10,000.
It turns into it hits for 10,000.
Which
stupid.
The meme with that and Overkill. I love the meme with that. That's so good.
Is like at what point? How far past dummy thick is 10,000 power?
If you've got a creature that 10,000 actually somehow got to 10,000 toughness.
Listen, you answered your own question, Tanner, because there's dummy thick and then there's power break. Or limit break, sorry.
Yeah, limit. No, what? You're talking about Overkill?
Or... No, just in general. No. I mean, like, the whole thing in Final Fantasy where they hit 9999, right? It's limit break.
Yep.
It's Yu-Gi-Oh! Thick.
It is Yu-Gi-Oh! Thick. Actually, yeah, it's
Yu-Gi-Oh! Thick.
Oh my god! We have a card in Magic that can finally compete in Yu-Gi-Oh!
That is actually true.
How the turntables.
Oh, how the turntables.
Oh my god!
Oh man!
I guess I got the blade here. Like
I've seen Kafka play a couple times, which is super fun.
How do you say that a Kafka? I've faced like 4 of those. None of them have been fun to go against.
Oh no, not playing against them, but playing them very fun. Obviously, because nobody else has cards.
Yeah, it's so oppressive.
It is. It's a very powerful deck, and you have to appreciate it though. That's fine. You don't have to appreciate nothing. However, I do think, and I know that a lot of people don't love Sin, but Sin Spear's Punishment, I want to make that deck work. I do. Yeah. 100%. And I think that it can be very powerful.
If you want tips to make or help making it work, I almost bought it too because I'm like, this would be great. I was really tempted. The only thing that stopped me is like I already have a Sultai deck. I can't betray my Mothman like that. Sin,
dude, come on,
not good enough.
I'm like the Jeskai mage. Like I'm trying to figure out how many Jeskai decks I can make.
That's
just go Sultai ham.
That's Simic and Tamir for me. We know this already.
Oh yeah.
With that, with having your colors for decks, I did want to make Terra just so that I could have a double Wooburg deck, because I already have a few Wooburg decks.
Oh, because it adds the 10 mana?
And I want a double Wooburg tribal. Because there's only like 6 cards that actually say something about double Wooburg.
Nice. Okay, so there's like 4 or 5 more topics that I wanted to get into. So to do, I guess the problem is like maybe we don't get to them because this is such an important topic to talk about the Final Fantasy packs. One thing that I wanted to bring up was the collector boosters, the collector booster problem. Now, the collector boosters, this is a similar situation to the Lord of the Rings with the 1-of-1 serialized One Ring. The collector boosters cannot have a second print run. They just can't. There's a global limit. They're made, and that's it.
Yep.
Now, what I realized, I was listening to another content creator's rant about this yesterday while I was at work, and I jotted this note down. The surge foils of Cloud, the surge foils of Y'shtola that are crazy money right now.
Yeah.
Like Y'shtola is like $600 Canadian, the surge foil for Y'shtola. Those are in the collector boosters. So those are limited. They're almost serialized in the same way that the Chocobos are, because there's not going to be another print run of them. So these crazy surge foil cards that are in the collector boosters are also going to be forever just like reserve list prices. It's nuts. But the one thing we got with Lord of the Rings was we got that weird holiday set, the Christmas set or whatever, where it had, in my opinion, I was not a fan of the frame. I thought they were pretty ugly, but some people quite liked them. They were, I'll put one on screen here in the final version of this podcast. It'll be more like search foil. Yeah, right. You're gonna be crawling on your knees looking for these foils. Those Lord of the Rings ones, they did print another run of cards in that set at the holiday season. So there was an additional run of One Rings, but they were in a different frame. So like these crazy surge foils that are in the collector boosters right now, those are drying up with the rest.
Oh yeah.
And I'm worried that this is going to be like we have officially Lord of the Rings was like the biggest set of all time, but it felt Magic. Final Fantasy feels fucking Pokemon.
Yeah, thank you. Yes.
It feels like Pokemon. People are buying this set like crazy to hoard it up and frame it on their walls. It's like it's no longer about game pieces. It's about
it's collector.
Like the glitzy swag ass shiny things that we're going to slab and grade. And I know that there has always been a small representation of grading cards in Magic the Gathering, but not like Pokemon, not like, and now I think that the supply issue is because of the collectors, right? And I think that's great. I think for Wizards, it's like, fuck yeah, this is the best selling set we've ever had. But I guess to wrap up the chat in regards to what I put down in the notes is this is unprecedented and there's a supply issue.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, let there be a supply issue, because if there's one thing that the rogues are, proxy friendly. And it sucks. I wish that things were more affordable. If the game was more affordable as a whole, even when it comes to like these kind of sets, I'd be putting more money into it. But as it stands, I'm not spending $1,500 on a box to get a card that's not worth that.
Yeah,
I'll draw it myself. If you've all watched our episodes, you've watched and seen my hand-drawn proxies. I'll do it for every single one of the set if I have to.
And honestly, and I have said it before, and I'll say it 1,000 times more. I never want my favorite game to be to have a paywall on it so that people can't play it. I want everybody to be able to play with. I want everyone to be able to play with me. So
says the man who plays a Kefka deck.
And I don't.
I want everybody to sit at the table with me while I play.
That is our dear friend Brady who plays Kefka.
His is actually tasteful. His isn't one of the ruder ones that I've seen.
It's still pretty rude.
Oh yeah. discard on a stick as a commander. Yeah, it's always going to be rude.
Discard to be able to draw. Yeah. Your draw your draw engine is everybody else discarding. Ugh.
Yeah.
Kefka's busted. Can I just point out the absolute like 5-head Miklosh in chat doing the segue for us here. Brandon looks like he is hacking TCG Player, typing away, like his webcam looking like he's a hacker talking. Do you want to segue into our conversation about TCG Player?
Oh yeah.
So awkward news. I guess if you guys didn't know, eBay a few years ago bought TCG Player. And in even more awkward news, in the general sense, the fine people working at TCG Player in their warehouses were like, "Hey, we should unionize. This is like heavy-handed work, and it's only getting heavier. Like, we got a big supply of cards that we got to dish out to the whole world." I don't know all of the ins and outs. Tanner's a heck of a lot more versed, but long and short of it is their attempt to get unionized was met with a "cool, you're all fired. We're closing shop and moving to the States."
Yeah, to be fair, I can't remember if TCG Player was already a union or if they were trying to unionize, but whatever was going on, there was a massive stall in the benefits or union talks. Mm-hmm. And what became the truth, or what became illuminated, was that TCG Player and eBay were just like going to flip the bird to all their employees and fire them because they wanted union benefits and they wanted things. And they were like, you know what, screw this. We're just going to close down everything, fire y'all, and move to Kentucky where we don't have to bother with a union. And we can hire people for $7 an hour. Yeah. That's the minimum wage there.
So back to Mikolosh in chat. Yeah, pro proxy and pro unions. I'm part of a union, and I'll tell you what, it's got its ups, it's got its downs, but damn, do I have job security. That's the important thing.
Yeah.
When you're working in these industries, like, you can think whatever you want about job security. It's not right when people are just overnight, nope, you're fired, nope, you're done. Cool. That's not. People are trying to live.
So I guess
that's about as far as I'm going to get into that.
A couple of days ago, there was a bit of an update in regards to TCG Player responding to the allegation, or to everything that was going on, and they were like, "Look, they didn't say anything in detail, but they did say that they would give the people that they were boot fucking out the door a proper severance package, at least." And people were like, this is a win, but everybody else was just like, this is not over. They're still trash. Boycott TCG Player if you so can. And this sucks for the retailers. This sucks for the card stores that are like, TCG Player has a very, very massive network that people like. It's called TCG Player Direct. Mm-hmm. Card stores can use TCG Player Direct to fill and sell orders out of their own shop. Right. So if TCG Player gets an order from somebody and a shop in Colorado has the cards, they can actually like request the cards from all those different places and blah, blah. Like, it's this massive network. They have this beautiful infrastructure. It's a good thing. It's cool. But the people at the helm are douchebags and they're treating their workers like shit. And it should be noted that unless they do something about that, because it seems like right now what's happening is they're just like, no, we don't want you to have rights. We just want you to work for as little as possible.
Yeah, and unfortunately,
they're still committing to that.
That's big business, and not to defend it by any means, but that's big business. If you can save a buck, you're going to save a buck. And oftentimes that means that we get screwed.
TCG Player's severance package is a pre-release kit of Aftermath.
Oh my!
Oh gosh!
That's actually hilarious.
Yeah. So no, it's. I've never actually bought anything off TCG Player, but I know I'm not going to now.
Yeah, I have before. I actually have cards in a shopping list right now that have been sitting there for like 2 months, and I guess that's just not getting hit. I'm not hitting send on that one.
Oh, you've just got like a wish list or whatever?
Yeah. When I find cards and I'm like, okay, hey, I might buy, like, I know I'll buy this at some point when I have money that I feel like spending. It goes in the cart.
All right.
But
the next thing to talk about, I know you're. Oh, actually, I don't even know if you know about this. Okay, let's talk about Edge of Eternities.
Yes. Oh, yes. Eternally edge me, please.
Okay, I think it sounds like you do know what was leaked.
I know some of the things that were leaked. I don't know. There might be something specific. Lead us away.
Well, I guess spoiler alert. So Edge of Eternities is the set coming out here soon. It's the space sci-fi fantasy one. I can't remember the official release date, but they have spoiled a few cards. They have started doing that.
Well, before we jump into it, one of the things that I actually wanted to talk about is that the fact that we have used the Eternities so often as for the realm of the Eldrazi's, and there is no Eldrazi's whatsoever in this set.
Yes, there is.
Is there?
Yes, we've already gotten one spoiled.
Sure. No, that is not a baseline in this set. That is.
So I'm sorry, sir. As a fellow rogue, I'm gonna have to stop you right there on the flavor fail that you're talking about right here. The Blind Eternities are where the Eldrazi exist. That is all that we know about that sort of thing. We have no information on the Blind Eternities, and that's kind of the point. It's not like the realm of the Eldrazi where they live. This is probably the worst way that they're representing the Blind Eternities, but in the only way that they could do it in the game. Because the Blind Eternities isn't supposed to be like our version of space. It's supposed to be like this cosmic, it's supposed to be a cosmic ether that exists between the planes, but it's not supposed to be like, oh, look up, that right there at the night sky, that's the Blind Eternities. That's not what it's supposed to be.
No. And so I thought that with the name Eternities, though, I thought we were going to actually dive into the realm of Eldrazi's and actually get into like the Blind Eternities, where this is not any of that. It's space.
So, and that's kind of the thing, right? Is it's the edge of Eternities. I don't think they're really going in. Yeah. But to delve into the lore here specifically before we get into some of the spoilers.
In space!
We know that the Eldrazi's come from there. We know that there's been a little bit of dabbling in like what the Blind Eternities is, but there's been very little information. And probably one of the biggest leaps and bounds that we've gotten from that is out of the March of Machines, when we had Elspeth go into the Blind Eternities to go find Sarah.
She meant Sarah. Yep.
Yeah. And Sarah, I think we got some information. I don't know. We got all of the information of Sarah basically blessed Elspeth to turn her into a full proper angel. And so now she's Angel Planeswalker. The Blind Eternities is kind of meant to be space, but it was never described or focused on like up there is space. We only have, now we get into the cards, because we do have one Eldrazi card spoiled so far. And
it's actually not spoiled, it's leaked, right?
It's leaked. Leaked. It is leaked. It is a picture of the card.
And it's kind of nuts. It's kind of buck wild.
It's kind of nuts.
All right, so we'll dive into our magic in space.
We'll start this off with talking about the Eldrazi that we have spoiled here. Anti-Causal Vestige. It's a 6-drop 7/5 Eldrazi. When this creature leaves the battlefield, draw a card. Then you may put a permanent card with mana value less than or equal to the number of lands you control from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. That's very cool. But one of the new abilities out of this set that we get from this is Warp. And this has Warp 4. Warp, I am so excited for. It's kind of like a weird mix between like delay, flicker, and dash. Warp. So this one specifically, Warp 4. You may cast this card from your hand for its warp cost. Exile this creature at the beginning of the next end step. Then you may cast it from exile on a later turn.
It's kind of busted. Like you get to cast this card for 4, get the value of it, and then it sits there like an adventure card to cast for regular cost at a later time. And you it's I think it's really, really, really good.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And I think we're gonna see most of like I think we have a couple of ships and stuff that have seen it, but I think the Eldrazi focus out of this set is where we're gonna see the majority of.
So I'm gonna bring up
Warp.
There is a bunch of like legitimately spoiled cards. I'm looking at Scryfall for the set codes of EOE, EOS, and EOC. That's the showcase commander and regular set. We got Shocklands coming back into standard. More primitive Shocklands. There's going to be some juicy
grave and everything.
Yeah. There's also
with
like
that. I was going to say,
shockingly,
we're also getting a new shift in commander rules.
Right.
For specifically this set. Might as well get it out of the way because we're going to be talking about some of these things right off the rip here. All legendary vehicles can now be your commanders, regardless of like it's not just like Shorakai because it's functionally a creature without it. All legendary artifact vehicles can be your commander now.
Yes, and the funny thing is this change thus far doesn't really do much. From what I heard, Shorikai was always it has the text on the card that says this can be your commander, so that's always been a thing. So you can have the Azorius vehicle commander, but the only other two options currently are Esika's Chariot, in mono green, and the Belligerent or something in Izzet. So there's only two other legendary vehicles, I think.
Oh no! There's plenty. No,
there's quite a few.
There's the Omen Keel. There's the Golden Argosy. There's the Jackdaw.
Maybe I was thinking multicolored.
The Jackdaw is it? Yeah. Jackdaw might not be legendary. I know I know the Omen Keel is, and that's mono blue. There's only ever been one that can be like functionally the commander right off the rip. Because there is Esika, but that's an enchantment. There's creature on one side, enchantment on the other. Shorikai is the only vehicle that's ever been printed with can be your commander.
Yeah. But there has been, I guess, there's maybe more options for just legendary vehicles. I guess because
I guess Parhelion 2 and whatever. Yeah,
plenty. Yeah, there's plenty of colorless, obviously that'll do it, like Heart of Kiran and Kiran, and the Parhelion.
TCG search legendary vroom vroom.
Legendary vroom vroom.
Yeah, so that change was there another part of that change or no?
No, it's just that all legendary vehicles can now be commanders.
Yeah, and that's so that this set, all the spacecrafts and shit, can be your commanders, right?
That, and I think
and I challenge anyone to make the last ride as their commander.
I've already seen memes of that.
Yeah, Death Shadow.
I think a big part of it too is just kind of like it's opening up. Like it's not just this, but I know we got like the last ride as an example. We've gotten more over the last year, a lot more legendary vehicles. They've been giving a lot of vehicle love. I think that they've been planning this for a while and they were just kind of waiting to like rip the band-aid off when it made sense. And with Aether Drift drifting into the past, the various legendary vehicles we got out of Assassin's Creed, and now a whole set focused around like spacecrafts and stuff. It was the time where they're like, let's rip the band-aid off. Let's give more support to Commander. And I'm all for it. I've seen some differing opinions. It seems like a good change to me because the whole idea about Commander, right? When Commander first started, the whole idea was we have nowhere to play all of this chaff that has rotated out of like other sets and stuff. We're sitting all these weird singles and this and that. Let's put them to use. And that was Dragon Highlander.
Yep.
And then it turned into Commander. We're just kind of like, okay, cool. There's a lot more things now entering the fray. Now it's starting to get actual like support from Wizards of the Coast as like an actual format kind of thing. So to see them open up the gap where like, I don't think they were ever going to do it to Planeswalkers because we've seen Planeswalkers that are printed as this can be your commander.
Yeah.
But yeah, to just open up that door where cool, all of these vehicles that maybe never even see play because they're really situational and vehicles can be like really slow. But to have that as commander now, it speeds all of them up in ways that aren't necessarily broken.
Yeah.
Before I'm excited to see someone play a Weatherlight.
Yeah, totally. The Weatherlight's a cool card. I like that card a lot. Before we get into there is a collaboration, and I prefaced you guys with this before in regards to the Edge of Eternity set, but I do want to address what's happening in chat here. ESD, Dave's talking about, did you hear the rumors about the Star Wars set announcement next year? Potential Star Wars. They're moving Magic Fest Vegas, which is the big one that just happened here. It's like the summer. It's the big one. It's like the biggest Magic Fest of the year. They're moving Magic Fest Vegas from the summer to May 3rd. The assumption is to announce a Star Wars set for May 4th.
Oh, yeah, for May 4th.
Because
May the 4th be with you.
Yeah, people looked into it, and it's like, oh, Hasbro actually does already have the license for Star Wars.
Yeah.
So,
and if they don't do the swords as lightsabers, I will riot.
You gotta finish this deck before that because like you're working on the Star Wars deck.
I will have that finished. I have General Grievous at the helm as 5 boots.
Nice.
And we're doing 5 boots with all the swords. So General Grievous with all the lightsabers.
Yeah, so that would be cool to get Star Wars. That would probably I think maybe Star Wars is the only thing that could push Final Fantasy out of the first spot, dude. Like
it might be.
It might.
I honestly, I don't think it's going to.
No,
I think it's going to do incredibly. I think it's going to do incredibly well. Listen, I know a lot of Star Wars nerds. I know a lot of Final Fantasy nerds, and if there's one thing I know about both is that weebs outnumber everybody. Final Fantasy was always going to be that. Star Wars is very popular, very popular.
I want you to take note on this episode so that you can be totally undermined by it, because I think that Star Wars is going to blow it out of the water.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm going to add an asterisk to this very specifically. Let's take a look at the pricing. If for whatever reason they decide to do another pay increase when it comes to Star Wars coming out, and Star Wars is,
they will.
If a box of Final Fantasy is 100 and a box of Star Wars is 150, we're going to have to do the math on that metric, because I'm bringing that cost down. That 150 box ain't, we're not saying it did better if it's a higher cost.
I will say that the boxes will be more expensive, and not only that, but the singles themselves will also be more expensive. People will be going for a Darth Vader and be going for... try to get their Sith collection or their Jedi collection.
100%. I think it's going to do phenomenal. I'm not saying it's going to flop. I think it's probably going to. I think it's going to sit between Lord of the Rings and Final Fantasy.
Well, so Dave says in chat, let's be fair. It all depends on what they offer for serialized cards. I actually think that's what that. I feel like after watching what happened with Final Fantasy here, with these Surge foils being crazy, like the Surge foil Cloud and the Surge foil Titus and the Surge foil Y'shtola. They're nutty prices as well. Those are the attainable nutty things that people can still buy. Like the traveling chocobo is,
you know what,
ridiculous. It's like there's 77 of them. Not all of them have been found yet, but they're $40,000 ish right now.
Yeah. To this point in chat though, I gotta throw a little fire back at that. Though, let's be fair, it all depends on that. Star Wars is gonna crush it. And then followed up, Michael is Oz is betting on the Disney money. There's already a very popular card game that is growing right now that has Star Wars in it, which very well might steal a lot of that storm, because there was a Final Fantasy card game
Square Enix
ago that never got off the ground really.
Cards were pretty though. God, they were beautiful.
The cards were pretty. This Final Fantasy didn't have to compete with anything. Lord of the Rings didn't have to compete with anything. Wizards of the Coast and trying to do Star Wars has to compete directly with Disney's own card game.
Yeah. Lorcana?
Or Star Wars one. Yeah, there is Star Wars.
Star Wars Unlimited. Star Wars Unlimited.
Yeah.
There's not Star Wars in Lorcana.
I swear I just saw Kylo Ren on a card for
I would be
Lorcana.
I would be surprised, but I believe because there's a new Star Wars game, Star Wars Unlimited, right?
That too. Star Wars Unlimited that just came out. All I'm saying is that didn't exist, or that didn't exist for the other sets. Didn't exist for Final Fantasy. It's
fair point.
That being said, I'm still excited for it. I hope that it does well. I hope that it doesn't turn into oops, they're charging more for everybody. But
I just want King of the Hill in the next Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, a King of the Hill in the next Kingdom Hearts. That's a weird segue off topic for even for us. Just in case any of you didn't know, King of the Hill is getting a revival series. Bobby's all grown up. Yeah.
Oh hey,
wait, they're bringing back Bobby? King of the Hill. Bobby, no, it's still it's still Hank.
Hank and Bobby.
But Bobby's all grown up. They already gave the actual teaser, the intro for the show. And it's same kind of sped up day-to-day thing that they do, but it's I guess they move out of the house. Some guy moves into the house. The whole group kind of fades away. They move back in, and it's Bobby and Hank, and I think Boomhauer standing outside that same old fence drinking beers.
Yeah, that's amazing.
It'll be
on that note. This is why I love doing the podcast live so much. Thank you guys for lighting up the chat and
absolutely
just throwing. We wouldn't be talking about Bobby and King of the Hill if it weren't for homies like you guys. Thank you so much for being in the chat.
True. All right, now before we start pulling this right to an end, let's talk a little bit more about some of the spoilers out of out of Edge of Eternity.
Do you want to talk about cards first? Because I want to talk about the star thing as well. But do you want to talk about cards first?
The stars. Talk about the star thing, because we can go over cards, and then I have a fan feed that I want to throw out there lore-wise before we can wrap it up.
Okay, so again, spoiler alert, if you don't want to hear, well, I mean, it's going to come out anyway. Like, it's confirmed now. This was like 4 months ago, maybe 5 months ago. There was like some leaks that were like, oh my God, they're doing Star Trek in Edge of Eternities. They're like, just like they did the Lost World Jurassic Park with Lost Caverns of Ixalan. There's going to be some Star Trek treatments. There was a Klingon card with, I can't remember the dude's name, the Klingon from, I think it was the Next Generation, but it was a Klingon text card, like the Elish Norn, sort of like the Elish Norn. No, I'm talking about like an actual Klingon from the Next Generation on a card, and it had Klingon text. And then there was a leak of Locutus of Borg, like we're talking Jean-Luc Picard, Patrick fucking Stewart on a Magic card with the Borg eye. And I think there was a Borg cube. Like there was all these Star Trek, and I remember being like, this is like maybe not real because it seems out there. But as of the past couple days, there's been some warehouse retailers that have accidentally updated their website to show the Star Trek pre-release kits and the Star Trek gift bundles and the Star Trek this. So Edge of Eternities for sure is having a Star Trek collab. So Gene Roddenberry and Star Trek is going to be coming very soon. Like probably in a few weeks, we'll be seeing the previews for that. Which is nuts because I'm a huge Star Trek fan. Like I'm much, much bigger of a Star Trek fan than I am a Star Wars fan. And to be fair, I fucking love both. But I've seen everything Star Trek. I have not seen everything Star Wars. And it just like, it's weird. I'm like the target demographic of this. And it still feels slightly strange to have these as Magic cards. Right? It's like, do I
the more real world that a Magic card is, the more like it's so hard for me to... I still cringe at half of the Assassin's Creed cards because it's like, yeah, they're cool and they're good, but like, it's weird to sit there and be like, yeah, this dude was born in fucking Florence, Italy.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's so weird,
dude. In chat, speaking of Klingons, I need to go shower. Yeah, this is crazy. Like we're gonna get Star Trek cards, and it was weird to have like Jeff Goldblum, you know?
Yeah.
Jeff Goldblum on a card.
It's so fucking weird.
Not ironically, right? It was just like here, and it was the same with the D&D movie, like Chris Pine. You know, we're threading. But ever since we saw SpongeBob Secret Lair, and it actually in the aftermath of all that, it's like, man, the people that love SpongeBob loved the fuck out of it, and like everybody else didn't buy it, and it didn't hurt anybody. It was actually so harmless, and I do think that the Star Trek thing is going to be similar. And
the people who like it, they'll get it, and the people that don't, they don't really care.
Oh, true. Dave says in chat, is Chris Pine going to be on a Star Trek card too? Because he was in the Abrams.
Yeah, the Abrams.
Series, the Abrams universe of Star Trek movies. He was Picard, or sorry, Kirk, young Kirk.
He was Kirk. That would be funny. That would be funny. The first real world person to get on a Magic card twice
is as two different characters. That's super funny.
Two different characters.
Anyway, that's a cool thing. And I guess, do you want to talk about some cards from the actual Edge of Eternity set other than that, we did talk about an Eldrazi, which is
I mean, the very station cool mechanic. Pretty neat.
Yeah, the station mechanic is pretty nifty. Basically, you tap creatures to put charge counters on a thing, and then you get an effect from that.
Yep. Yeah, it's like putting people into the station.
Yeah. Kind of like crew, but you don't lose
you add charge counters. You add charge counters, which is proliferatable, which I think I would expect proliferate to be in this set, which it isn't.
Oh, there is.
Yeah, there's one of the commander cards.
There's one right there for you, Mr. Jeskai.
Kilo, Apogee Mind.
Yeah, read that. Give him a read.
Is this one of the face commanders of one of the things? It is let's just read it out. It's Kilo Apogee Mind. It is a blue, red, and white, a legendary artifact creature robot artificer. So it's an artificer, but it's an artifact. That's kind of funny. It's a 3/3 haste. So it is a 3-mana 3/3 haste, and whenever it becomes tapped, you proliferate. So there is some crazy, like, freed from the real shenanigans, I believe, that you could do with this to just proliferate out of control. This is. I love Jeskai so much.
Oh yeah, especially in blue. There's already a 2-card combo with Kilo that just infinite mana wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, very interesting. Yeah, let's not go through the whole list, but let's go through some of the fancy ones.
Yeah, can I shout out?
I want to talk about because it's crazy. Moonlit Meditation. It's a 3-mana enchantment.
Okay, that's one of the ones that actually hasn't been spoiled.
And it's enchant an artifact or creature you control. The first time you would create one or more tokens each turn, instead create that many tokens that are a copy of that permanent.
That's
that's broken.
Yeah. Honestly, that's almost like an auto include to your
Sally's. It's
going
Sally's
as well. I was thinking the Leonardo da Vinci deck.
Oh, that too.
Because now you can potentially cheat because it is a May as well. You could be like, do I want the thing that I just discarded and exiled, or do I want to turn that into anything fucking else?
Oh, I love that deck so much.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Leonardo da Vinci is a fun card.
Oh yeah, I guess out of the lands too. Yeah, I guess out of the lands too, we're getting what is supposed. I don't see this here on this list of spoilers, but I have seen the art floating around. The leak. I guess we're getting a land that is basically an updated version of Cabal Coffers.
Interesting.
Using the station ability, and then we're getting one.
What's it called? What's it called?
Purely hypothetical. I don't know the Cabal Coffers one. We're also getting one that is new Gaia's Cradle.
Yeah.
It's tap to put counters on. Once it's active, it's tap, get a green for each creature you control.
Now
it's green and tap one to get that, but that's still.
I have a feeling that this land is not going to hit because I think, is it not 12 plus?
It is
to
12,
activate.
It's heavy to get to.
You have to put 12 counters on this thing.
Yeah.
To be able to use it. I think that's...
the Cradle of Itlamok is a better Gaia's Cradle.
No, I know, but in a world where we don't get a Gaia's Cradle reprinted, to have redundancies like that in decks that are going to care about it, it's not a hard thing to do.
True. Elfball is going to love it.
Yeah, Elfball is going to love it. Like my group slug deck, Fabine, getting to 12 tokens on like turn 3 or 4 is the easiest thing in the world for that deck. And then it just turns like, cool, that's 12 mana right out the rip. Now. Yeah. If not more, because 12 mana turns into a lot more very quickly. We have another one of the face commanders here that I'm kind of excited for, because one, it's Jund, and I've been growing to be a very Jundy boy, but also it's bugs. And I love me my bugs.
Insect Druid.
Insect Druid. Sarel Genesis Shepherd. 2/5 flying, it's Jund and 2 generic. You may play lands from your graveyard. Whenever you sacrifice another non-token permanent during your turn, put a number of +1/+1 counters on it equal to Saris power up to one other target creature.
Oh, it spreads things out. That's a very versatile card.
Especially if you're like in Jund already, you know, right off the rip, it's going to abuse things like what's that one zombie? The Crypt zombie. The Crypt zombie. You pay a black to sacrifice and you cast it from your graveyard.
Oh,
you have it in your Marchesa deck.
Cryptcast.
No, Cryptcast is the double black mana.
Oh yeah, no. Oh geez.
Yeah. Oh my god, we're all forgetting the name of this one right now. It's the Gravecrawler.
Gravecrawler. That's it. Yeah. Right off the rip, Gravecrawler just makes this deck go fucking burr.
Yeah.
Especially like in green as well. There's like Kami of the Whispered Hopes, which is it gives an extra counter whenever you gain a counter, and then it taps for mana of any one color equal to its mana value. Like you're just gonna see these combos juice off.
Yeah, and so there's a couple more cards to talk about here, and like we should probably just like do an episode once some more cards of this set are revealed. We'll talk about that. I'm not going to go into it right now, but there's a 3-mana colorless Planeswalker, Tezzeret. Mm-hmm. Whenever it just has the line on it, whenever an artifact you control enters, put a loyalty counter on it. That's never going to be busted. Never.
No, definitely not. Yeah. Don't worry about that.
I don't know if you guys can see. There's a black legendary
treasures.
There's a black
Sothera.
Yeah, Sothera, the Super Void. I'd like to point out the art treatments There's one, it looks like it's getting the same one kind of like as the Twin Flame Tyrant, but it looks like it has a white or silver reflective border. These are probably going to be pricey. But there's also one that is like Secret Lair sick, textless. Have you seen this one?
I haven't, no.
It's on the screen now if you're watching on YouTube afterwards, after I've edited this. It is so sick. It's just like a black and purple and blue, like a black hole with
Sothera.
Yeah, Sothera the Super Void.
The Super Void.
Oh my god, this card's beautiful. I want this poster on my wall.
Yep.
It's so cool. I like.
Who doesn't want a black hole?
Yeah. Read us the card there too, Tanner. Let's see the juice that this is.
Here we go. The 2 black for a legendary enchantment. Whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent chooses a creature they control and exiles it. That is rude. What was the card Butcher of Malakir that did something similar?
I mean, it's Grave Pact.
Yeah.
But it's exile with Grave Pact and less mana.
And then it's got another piece here that says at the beginning of your end step, if a player controls no creatures, if any player controls no creatures, sacrifice Sothera, then put a creature card exiled with it onto the battlefield under your control with 2 additional counters on it.
Yep.
So
yeah, this is just a better Grave Pact.
Yeah.
By a million.
If you kill their one creature, like if you put it down, I guess, sorry, you also have to trigger by sacrificing a creature or something. But if you can get them to 0 creatures, like I guess, yeah, it's obvious what it does, and it's gonna work. It's a mythic.
Yep.
It's probably gonna see a lot of play, I think.
Oh yeah, I already know it's going into Marchesa.
Yeah.
To sack my entire board and then get all of your stuff. Of course.
I love that it's like Sothera the Super Void. Like we're talking about this is okay. I'm an aerospace and like just cosmos nerd as well. Like Star Trek, just space. The blind eternities, if you will. I love this shit so much. And this set, I think, I'm starting to realize that this might be a real pet set for me. Talking about
I wouldn't be
space
surprised.
Stations and black holes and
minus the whole like we are going to be getting some kind of like sideways crossover release thing with Star Trek.
Yeah.
I'm excited story wise. And I won't go into Tezzeret, and I'll keep most of this for the next podcast we do when there's more spoilers and we're getting all that, but I'll go a little bit into this. Lore-wise, I'm excited. A lot of people have been sleeping on this set. Oh, one more thing before we get into this. Slivers have been spoiled. Sliver token is in the set. We're getting Slivers and Eldrazi's.
Is that confirmed?
Because I know Eldrazi's in the same set.
We're getting
Eldrazi's were confirmed, but I know that there was a hint that Slivers were coming as well.
We have a photo of a Sliver card that has not yet been printed in that art with the set symbol on it.
Oh.
Just a token.
Oh. Okay. Well, okay. Let's man.
So here's my fan theory, and I'm gonna throw this out here, right? So from the last little bit of Magic that we understand, Bolas has been freed from the meditation zone. As far as we know, he still doesn't have his spark. He's still sparkless. He's just big Uber Elder Dragon kicking around somewhere. We know that Tezzeret, who is one of the main spoiled things from the set, is like
with Bolas.
His not just his homie, his little crank friend. He's sitting there by his side, you know. Almost made Tanner spit his drink. You know, he's got that robot arm. It's got to be good for some. So we have Tezzeret, and here's my hypothesis. I don't think we're getting Bolas back in this set. I've seen some people start to theorize that we're going to get Bolas back. I don't think we get Bolas back. I think Bolas is kind of off there. I think Tezzeret is going off into space, using whatever bridges that are between the planes because of the Omen Path nonsense, which are apparently closing lore-wise. They're starting to like close back down again. I don't know a lot. Yeah, I don't know a lot of that. I think a lot of it is. We'll get into that on the next podcast where we talk about Edge of Eternity stuff. Where there's more functional lore and spoilers out there. What I think the baseline for this set is going to be, I think this is going to be another like lore heavy set, which excites me because we haven't had a lore heavy set for a while. Like little bits and pieces with like loot and stuff. But I think Tezzeret is off to the Blind Eternities to wreak havoc on all of the planes, I think he's going to be sending and specifically directing Eldrazi's and Slivers and insect armies and just all of the monsters of the overarching planes that exist. I think he's going to start causing some fucking chaos by like legitimately like, cool, the Eldrazi's, go fuck up that plane. Hey, Slivers, go fuck up that plane. I think Tezzeret might be making a Surgeons as the new big bad.
I feel like Tezzeret is like what's Alphonse and Edward like standing in front of the door.
Yeah.
Okay. Right? He's just like, ooh, let's let all the beasties out. And
yeah, that's what I think. Especially like lore wise, it would make sense. Like what? Tezzeret's about to spread some chaos across the multiverse of Magic so that Bolas can figure out getting his spark back and have time to do shit before everybody freaks the fuck out that he's out.
Yeah. Dave says in chat, it's easy to get a lore heavy set when you only get 2 Magic themed sets a year.
It's true. It makes me so sad.
Yeah. And you know what? Like, we're still eating good, dude. Like,
yeah.
I was a little doom and gloom on some of this, but man, this has been a hell of a year. And it's only July.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And like, I also, I mean, I'm eating good because I buy the cards I can afford and I proxy the ones I can't or whatever. Like if I want to just rip a deck for one of our episodes, like it's not really slowing me down, the crazy prices. I hope that if, you know, for the rest of you, if you want to, I don't know, I encourage a slight protest. If collector boosters are $200 a pack and you want to play with some of the cards, just print one out.
Yep. It's that easy, or draw them yourself.
That easy. Yeah, exactly.
Because you should be able to play the new stuff and play with your friends and be able to eat at the same time.
Yeah. Don't let it like the crazy hype that's going on. And the wild thing is normally like if the collector boosters are nuts and like the surge foils or whatever are crazy and you can't get those, that's one thing. But the fact you can't buy play boosters either. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do what you got to do. And yeah, Dave says in chat, I didn't realize there was a face-to-face stop in Calgary next month. Yeah. Is that August
16th and 17th?
16th and 17th in Calgary at the McEwen Hall thing. Yeah, I'll be there for sure. I put it in my calendar. I think Brandon's got to work.
We'll see. Maybe I'll make it out, but it's not likely.
I will probably see y'all there.
Yeah, maybe it'll be myself and Oz and potentially Emery. Brady might even be moved by then. We might be losing Brady, guys. He's moving, or at least move in person. He might be moving out to BC, so we might have only a Brady via digital here and there.
Yeah. He'll be back like every month or so.
Yeah.
You'll still see him in the occasional content in here.
Oh yeah,
he's taken himself a big step back to get himself, his life, and his family sorted.
Yeah, he's gonna do, I guess, what? Oh man, I thought about this the other day. I was like, he's gonna move closer to the forest fires. Like he's usually like his throat, like when the forest, when the smoke and everything. Like, I'm surprised you're not moving to Saskatchewan. But yeah, where are we at for time? We have been yapping for an hour and 23 minutes. There is, so we did talk about the leaks.
Yep.
We told TCG Player to go fuck themselves.
Yep.
The only thing I have left on here on my list is the Sonic Secret Layers. But do we want to save that for another one?
Let's save that for next time. We're at an hour and a half. Just for those of you watching and those of you listening in on YouTube or Spotify or anywhere else that we host the podcast, stay tuned for the next episode because we'll be delving into
Shadow and motherfucking Sonic is Jeskai. Let's go.
Yeah.
And I mean the super state. I do love it.
Yeah.
So we'll get into more of that next time.
Yeah, we'll start off the next podcast with that. For this one, I don't want to go too long with these episodes. Let's shout out the patrons again. Like this is our first podcast post having a live Patreon, and we have people that are like gracious enough to support what the hell we do. And thank you so much. It feels really good. You know, there was for certain a long time. It was just like, do we launch the Patreon? Is anybody going to care? Like this and that. Yeah. And launching it and having people jump on it was really a heartwarming feeling. So thank you guys.
Big time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It means a lot to us.
Exclamation mark Patreon. Yeah, we don't have those things set up. We're amateur streamers. If you are listening and you are interested in checking out the Patreon site, you can go to Patreon and search The Rogues Passage, or you can always look in every single one of our video descriptions. There is a link tree, and click that link tree and it brings you to everything that is relevant to our thing, including our Patreon and our Discord.
And while we're still live, I'm just going to post it in the chat right now.
Yeah.
There it is. It's it's right there in the chat. Go check it out.
Sick.
It's a little bare bones right now, but and a little preface, we should probably do talking to you boys a little bit better at like putting this out there to the people who care about us. The summer is going to be a little wishy-washy. Not everything is going to come out on the same time frame as it will. We might miss a week here or there, but we're going to try and do our best to be on top of things. It's a chaotic time. We're busy and we want to be able to enjoy our lives, so we can grind out the winter for y'all.
Yep.
But that being said, podcasts have been being done generally live, so we'll try and get stuff with that. But as our Patreon goes on, our episodes are generally live on Patreon, at least a day, if not a few days early. Hopefully we can get to a scope of they're out like a week early for y'all. We have our Discord, or our Patreon only part of our Discord, and our Discord we're trying to make sure is a little bit more lively for y'all. And we've got a lot of cool little nifty stuff that we're planning to start pumping out through the Patreon as the months unfold. It's not going to be right away, but it's on the way.
Yep. And yeah, I have recently, I don't know if you can see on YouTube, I moved my PC down into the studio. So what we can do now is actually live stream some gameplay.
Yep.
So that is something that, coming soon. Check it out. Coming soon.
To a rogue near you.
To a rogue near you. Oh, Commander Shiffard says signed up. Hell yes.
Thank you,
man.
Thank you.
Thank you. We love you so much.
Oh, eat shit, Dave.
Eat shit, Dave. And I hope you come to Calgary if you can make it to that one. I'm not going to be able to make it to Reggie this weekend because my wife works tomorrow. It's going to be crazy. But the Calgary one, I think we should bring the studio, set up, play some games, record some stuff
to the Calgary. Yeah,
yeah, because it is a 2-day event this time, so that makes it worth it.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, thank you guys so much for coming to the Rogues Passage podcast and for everything. And
thanks for joining us and supporting us.
Y'all are the shit. Brando's making a face. All right, we will see you on the next episode of the Rogues Passage podcast. See you later. Bye.
Bye.